This Valentine's Day weekend, you can experience Christopher Stoll's The Sleeping Beauty at Oregon Ballet Theater. Set to Tchaikovsky's enchanting score, this fairy tale ballet is a visual feast of dancing, sumptuous sets, and opulent costumes. All performances feature live music performed by the Oregon Ballet Theater Orchestra. The show runs February 13th through the 21st. Get your tickets now at obt.org. That's obt.org. Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about all of our top picks for the month of February, in food to entertainment and everything in between. Joining me on the show are our very own producers, John Notarianni and Julia Fiaioni. It's Monday, February 2nd. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Happy February, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, the best month of the year.
Is it? The way I was thinking about it was, that's it. We're in it. Second month of 2026.
Let's go.
No turning back.
Yeah, that sounds about it.
Right? So for those new to the show, our monthly guides are something we started doing around here to feel a bit more connected to what's happening in our city, because it's so easy to get stuck in a routine, kind of miss out on all the cool stuff happening around you. So hopefully, after you listen to today's show, you're going to walk away with some new ideas for how to have the best February possible. And the stakes are even higher than last month, you guys, because February, as John was kind of, alluding to, is what many Portlanders consider to be the absolute worst month. It's usually when ice comes. Gosh, that has so much weight now when you say that.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to get specific.
I know. It's usually
when the cold weather comes.
When frosty water freezes over, right? And
that's a good definition of
there we go.
Natural ice.
Yeah. And also seasonal depression is at its peak. And that's not even taking Valentine's Day into consideration, which, let's admit, it's a racket. So this is the show that's going to turn it around. And that is John Notarianni's promise to you. And if you try any of our recommendations and hate them, John's going to send you a crisp $5 bill.
Guaranteed.
So generous.
So, John, do you want to kick us off on what this month's obsession or main event is?
Yeah, I've been thinking about Livewire Radio. For those who aren't in the know, this is a variety show that is filmed live at the Alberta Rose Theater. It's hosted by Luke Burbank with announcer Elena Passarello. And it's kind of like a late night variety show, but for people who read a lot of books, I think you can think of it. You know, they bring on a lot of like authors and comedians and writers and podcasters and do this show where they interview people in front of a live audience. It then goes to the radio. Had a lot of really famous people on the show over the years, authors like Salman Rushdie and Cheryl Strayed, comedians like Maria Bamford and Michael Ian Black. And they are about to kick off their 22nd season. But the reason that it's top of mind for me last year, I don't know if you guys knew this, they got caught up in all of that defunding of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Since they are also a radio show, they lost about $150,000 worth of federal funding. So they are also in like big fundraising mode. They launched a campaign to raise $150,000. Last I checked, they were getting pretty close. They're at about $144,000.
Okay.
But yeah, they're really trying to like make a go of it and like asking Portlanders to come out and support this awesome thing. Their next show is February 19th. They're going to have author Chuck Klosterman on the show, who I think anybody who's lived in Portland for a long time knows him. He's just like a very smart and funny and insightful writer. Later on this season, they're going to have Cheryl Strayed on, Sarah Marshall of the You're Wrong About podcast, John Craggy. So yeah, it's just like a really fun evening to go and hear from all these like really interesting thinkers. Claudia, we've had Luke Burbank on our show. He is a delight. You co-hosted the Dragathon with him, right? At one point?
Yeah. I mean, there was a ton of us. It wasn't just him and myself, but like, yeah, it was so much fun.
But yeah, definitely get on the calendar and go catch a live taping of Livewire. It is so much fun.
Yeah. What about you, Julia?
Okay, so this one I know we've talked about on the show before, but I feel like this year it's especially exciting for me because this is happening right in my neighborhood, and I'm talking about Portland's Mardi Gras parade. So this is happening on North Mississippi Avenue on Tuesday, February 17th. And this year the theme is Sea of Love. So I'm expecting folks to be dressed up in full sea creature costumes, which is right up my alley. So it starts at 7 p.m., but there's a kids costume pageant at 6 p.m. at the Luke's Frame Shop. There's going to be marching bands and other entertainers just all out on the street for a couple hours. And I know this is a funny event because a lot of people don't hear about it until they're caught right in the middle of it. And this has happened to me a few times, but this year I'm going full out. And I just want to plug a few bars on that street that you should check out if you're going to the parade that you can go to after. I love the Rambler, Crowbar. Prost is right there on the top of Mississippi with a bunch of food cart pods. You could go to Matt's Barbecue there and Mole Mole and get a burrito. And even if you wanted to go early and do a little bit of shopping, you have Meadow, which is this amazing like specialty chocolate shop. There's a little spot called Flutter that does like vintage clothes and little tchotchkes. And I'm just hoping that middle of February, that these small businesses get some love because of this parade. And it's just such a goofy, fun Portland time. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And you could just consider it as like an alternative plan for Valentine's Day week if that's not your thing. This is something else to do.
I love this event so much. It is such a blast, and it's like so silly and like really lively, but also kind of homespun in a really charming way. And like, especially at a time where I think we all could really use some nice collective being with a group of people and celebrating. This is just gonna be such a blast.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I feel like every year we're just like, go to the Mardi Gras parade.
Just go.
Just go.
This time, actually go.
Yeah. Well, my pick, a few actually, because February is Black History Month. A few local venues have booked some amazing programming, and I just wanted to share a few picks I'm most excited about immediately. The Clinton Street Theater is hosting a Black Film History Month, and they do this, I think, like every year, because last year's programming was insane. And this year they're showing everything from Richard Pryor's Live in Concert to the heavily satirical The Spook Who Sat by the Door, which looks crazy, to the dramatic retelling of the FBI's murder of Black Panther chairman Fred Hampton, Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm personally most excited to see Ghost Dog on the big screen because I haven't seen it since I was like a teenager. That's showing Tuesday, February 3rd. Again, this lineup is incredible. Once again, proving why the Clinton Street Theater might have the most exciting programming in town. I just said it. I said it. I said it out loud. Yeah, I started a fight. I said it. And if you live in North Portland and don't want to go all the way to Southeast, I got you. Curious Comedy is hosting the 10th annual Northwest Black Comedy Festival, going from February 16th through the 22nd. There's improv, storytelling, stand-up. It's 7 nights of 60 plus comedians. So there's just go one night. I know. And if music is more your thing, the Sun Ra Orchestra is playing 3 nights at the Hollywood Theater from February 25th to the 27th. If you have no idea who the Sun Ra Orchestra is, just go. They're freaking amazing. Sun Ra and his orchestra pioneered Afrofuturism. Since its creation, the concept of Afrofuturism has morphed into something completely different. But in the 1950s, when Sun Ra coined the term, his concept was that Black people are descendants from outer space or aliens. And he urged Black people to transcend earthly limitations, its racism, their subjugation by creating a new Edenic existence in outer space through art and other forms of self-expression. I think Sun Ra Orchestra transcends jazz or even music. They're kind of like this artist collective. Ooh. They incorporate visual elements, costumes, and movement. Sun Ra passed away in the 90s, but the Sun Ra Orchestra has continued his message of space is the place. And I guarantee you, even if you're like, meh, jazz, you will go and have the greatest musical moment of your life. Like, I had tears streaming down my face when I saw them a handful of years ago. Like, I like jazz, but I was just like, the leader is over. He's like 90-something years old now.
Yeah, Marshall Allen.
Marshall Allen is like 95. It's crazy. And they're so good, you guys.
I remember, Claudia, several years ago, last time they played, we were both at OPB, and you picked their concert as your number one pick of like any cultural event of the year.
I did.
Yeah, they're incredible. It's been a couple years since I've seen them, but it is just sort of this like joyful, noisy explosion of like sound and celebration and like cosmic futurism. It's really cool stuff.
It really is. Well, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, our top picks for food and drink. Pivot Portland Management wants to remind you that the Winter Light Festival is coming back to downtown February 6th through the 14th, and it's absolutely free. If you've not been, you gotta go check it out, at least once. It's a citywide celebration of public art, creativity, and community. And this year, some incredible artists will be featured in a few of Pivot Properties buildings. If you head over to pdxwlf.com, you'll find a map of all the light installations on view. Like last year, there was a massive actual fire-breathing dragon sculpture near the waterfront. It was such a spectacle. Pivot is a big supporter of our downtown district and its vibrant community, and they encourage you to explore all it has to offer. So bundle up, head downtown, and experience the Portland Winter Light Festival. You can learn more about Pivot at pivotportland.com. That's pivotportland.com.
CityCast Portland is brought to you by PDXHomeLoan.com. Local lender James Adair has been doing residential mortgages for over 20 years. He'll work with you to set the strategy, explain the process, and ensure you maximize the return on your real estate investment. He's also a certified liability advisor, so if you're looking for a way to recover financially from the holidays, he can help optimize paying off your debt using options like a second mortgage to consolidate non-mortgage debts. Take advantage of a strategic conversation to find out if you could pay off those holiday bills much quicker than you imagined. Visit pdxhomeloan.com to access the calendar and book your free strategy call with local lender James Adair, serving Oregon, Washington, and California buyers. James Adair, NMLS 2727766 with Better Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 330511, and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, guys, what are your top picks for food and drink for February?
Okay, y'all, hear me out. So I really wanted to think about what was the best eating experience I've had in the past few weeks so I can talk about it today.
Okay.
And I have to say, getting snacks at the Academy Theater concessions counter in the Montevilla neighborhood.
How hungry were you?
Go on.
We will continue hearing you out.
Okay, so I go to this theater occasionally. It's such a gem in that neighborhood. And like, first of all, it's surrounded by amazing restaurants and places to get drinks. So there are options there outside of the concession stand. But my absolute favorite thing that they do, if you go to a later night showing, and this was just a few weeks ago, I went and saw No Other Choice, which was an amazing movie, by the way. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go. But later in the evening, they get sushi from down the street at Miyamoto. It's just vegetable sushi, but they have it available at the concession stand. And I typically don't order vegetable sushi when I'm out getting sushi at a restaurant. But there was something so special about having like this little perfect clamshell of like 6 little rolls with some ginger and wasabi, and they have soy sauce for you to pour on top before you go in. I have to admit, it is harder to eat sushi in a dark theater than most things.
This was my question. Okay, so do you pre-soy the sushi before you go into the theater? Is that what you're saying?
I think you have to. And hot tip, I would pre-wasabi your sushi before you go into theater, because I didn't do that. And there was a couple times where I took a real big bite of wasabi unintentionally, and I had to do one of those
It's not a dark eating food.
and pretend like it wasn't burning my nose. So hot tip on that front. It's a great question, John. But even then, it was such an amazing experience sitting there and eating sushi. My partner was with me. He got a hot dog. They have pizza from a local spot. They have hot tea, coffee, hot apple cider. They have these $6 kids boxes with popcorn and a drink and a fruit snack. It's just such an amazing experience in that way. It feels like the options are really thoughtful. But I would make sure if you're going to go and you want to get snacks and you want to make sure to see the entire movie and not miss the first 5 minutes, go early, because the tickets for the film and the concessions are sold at the same booth. So you'll have to wait in that line. But I'm not kidding. This was like my favorite meal in the last few weeks, and I really want people to go and have this experience. So if you're interested, they are going to be playing the new horror comedy film Send Help all through this week, multiple
Yeah,
showings.
I'm excited to see
so
that.
that's definitely one you can go and check out. And there's always older films they're showing during the week too, if that's not your speed. So
Would you say that the Academy Theater has the best food programming in town?
I think one of the best, honestly. Their variety and the way that they package things together, I think really is just like one step above, which is, that says a lot.
Very nice. I will not say that this is the best thing that I ate, but in December I went to see Frankenstein at the Baghdad Theater. And I was planning on we'll see a mid-evening movie and then get a late night dinner. And on a whim, I got the McMenamins baby corn dogs. Just be we'll snack on them.
Yeah.
They gave us 6 pounds of corn dogs.
Wow.
So
It's not a snack.
it was not the best food I had, but it was the most food that I had while watching a movie. We did not make it to dinner afterwards.
That's amazing.
Well, what about you, John?
Yeah, I'm taking a slightly different tack, going a little bit fancy and talking about Valentine's Day options. If you want to take your sweetie out, get a reservation. They are filling up very, very fast. But as of this taping on January 28th, there are still a few options out there. Huge shout out to Bridgetown Bites that has a really nice rundown of places that are doing sort of special Valentine's Day meals. Here's a few that jumped out at me that still have reservations as of the 28th. Number 1, Andina is doing a 3-course dinner with live music and then special wines available for purchase. They're going to be serving things like Lomo la Parrilla and Mariscos en Papayote and Ocopa de Calabaza. Looks really, really lovely. Canard also has reservations for a 3-course dinner. What really jumped out for me was the desserts, chai Paris Brest or eggnog sundae, which just sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want to go really fancy, Javelina has a 7-course Valentine's Day tasting menu they're calling Sacred Fire with the theme of warmth, love, and light. Costs $185 per person, so you better really like your sweetie if you want to go to that. They do have a couple of other options on there. I also wanted to call out one thing. If you wanted to do something special for Valentine's Day but didn't want to go to a fancy meal, Dough Donuts has special donuts that they're doing for Valentine's Day. They call them Conversations Hearts donuts. You get 4 hearts, an apricot, strawberry, a chocolate filled with berry jam, and lavender heart-shaped donuts. The box costs $22, so that sounds pretty nice as well.
Wow. I think it's pretty cool that Bridgetown Bites put this together because aside from Valentine's being a racket, it's just a giant hassle for everyone involved, married, couple, single. You just want to eat that day and you're just I can't eat.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find a place and it's just everything's packed. So that's so cool that they did that. Also, I wanted to remind you, John, if you do go to the Javelina, the $185 one, don't go to the Baghdad before and get 6 pounds of corn dogs.
Got it. Yes, that was.
Don't do it. Don't do it again.
Thank you, Claudia. You just saved
thank
Valentine's
God.
Day.
Yeah, I figured. Well, I think what we should all be most excited to eat this month is anything from our local bars, food trucks, and restaurants. January and February are the hardest months for our food scene. People aren't drinking, they're not spending money, they're huddled up at home. So I just wanted to shout out a new little spot that opened up near me, Le Bistro, which is connected to the Garrison, my favorite cocktail bar in town. Ben Preacher, who owns Wilder and the Garrison, decided to take over the old Pastificio de Oro space, RIP. He's serving seasonal French-inspired food at an amazing price point. He's got $2 oysters and seasonal soups and hot sandwiches, pickle plates, nuts, breads, cheeses, simple but filling food. And again, the price is phenomenal. The most expensive thing on the menu is $15. Last time I was there, I had their sourdough grilled cheese that consisted of melted Gruyere and Emmentaler cheese with mustard, and I paired that with delicious marinated mushrooms, which were on the tartar side. I was in heaven. So they also have some pretty good rotating specials, they had a pork-based shepherd's pie that was really good a few weeks back. I love shepherd's pie in a way that makes me believe in reincarnation. Because I'm just but you know what I mean? When you taste something, you're this feeds my soul in an ancestral way. And I'm I'm not Irish.
That is very funny for shepherd's pie.
I can't explain it. It just does. But anyhow, check out your local spots. Go visit your nearest bar or restaurant. Show them some love. And if you want to spin the wheel, go check out Dumpling Week. It happens every February from the 15th to the 21st. It's 40 plus restaurants all over town. There's got to be one near you. $10 dumpling specials. You can't go freaking wrong. Hit up dumplingweek.com for more info on that.
Claudia, this menu looks so good. I am so jealous I don't live in St. John's anymore because I would be here twice a week if this was right around the corner for me. $10 for a Gruyere grilled cheese? Get out of town.
I know.
I was just sitting here thinking, okay, why do I need to go to St. John's soon? What's a reason?
To hang out with me.
Okay, that's good enough.
I love that you guys can't think of a free, like not one reason.
This is Claudia's ploy to get her friends to come and visit
Why
her.
would you go to St. John's, you guys? I don't know, to hang out with me?
Okay, done deal. Let's do it.
Like, oh my gosh. All right, guys, we're at the point where we're going to share our biggest hack for the month of February. Tradition has it that John is usually the best at this. You have dad vibes.
Big dad hack energy, yeah.
So yeah. Do you want to go first?
Happy to. So, we have had a relatively mild winter so far, but as we said before, February is when you usually get kicked in the ass and it gets really cold and dreary. And I think that you end up in this double bind where you want to be warm and cozy, but you also want to be able to get outside and breathe fresh air. I got two options that allow you to do both. Number one, I am so excited to check this out. A new floating sauna on the Columbia River. It's called Ebb and Ember. It's at the Elevated Tides Marina in North Portland, and it is like a wood-fired sauna, but it's right on the water. So you can go, you can get your little hot sauna session in, get a nice sweat, and then immediately you can go outside, be in the cold air, even do a plunge into the Columbia. If you want a real quick shock, then you can jump out and get back in the sauna. It sounds super duper nice. And I saw some photos, you're just looking out over the water where sometimes when it's kind of dreary out, to be in a really cozy situation, looking at it is really pleasant. Definitely check them out. It's about $49 per person.
That's not bad.
They also are available to book private too, with up to 10 people. So if you want to get all your friends together and have a little sauna party this winter, check that out.
Love that.
Yeah, if you have 10 friends.
If you have 10 friends. Or a few friends that can split it. You don't need to bring 10 people, but yeah, you're welcome to. The second thing, and this is something I've been meaning to check out for years. I feel like we've sort of discussed it, but never gone. Portland Yacht Tubs. Hot tub plus boat. Boom. They operate out of the River Place Marina on the South Waterfront, and it is a boat that is also a hot tub. Warm water inside the boat, cold water outside of the boat. And you get to drive around. I guess you pilot them with a joystick, and you can get 6 people and just cruise around the Willamette River in a hot tub.
That is insane.
It is about $399 for 2 hours. Again, 6 people, bring your friends. Sounds super, super nice at this time of year.
For anyone listening to John and going, that sounds insane, I need to tell you that every person I know that's done the hot tub, the yacht tub, freaking loves it. Mm-hmm. They're just you would not imagine how much fun it is to be in a hot tub on the Willamette. And I was yeah, because I feel a little vulnerable. There's wave boats zipping around. There's a jet boat. There's the Portland Spirit. And there you are, half naked in a hot tub. And you're telling me it's a great time? And they're it's the best.
With a joystick.
With a joystick. Oh, we got to move out of this freight's way.
Okay, I have to mention the last time I saw a group of people in a yacht tub on the Willamette was this full hot girl group of people during the No Kings March crossing underneath the bridge with protesters crossing up top. And I just remember I have this vivid visual of them being woo, no ice, in the water. And everybody's yeah, I guess, waving down. It was great. It was really great.
Oh, I love it. John, I might actually have a recommendation that would pair nicely with your hack. The Willamette Sauna Festivale in Milwaukee Bay Park on February 14th and the 15th. It's 12 plus mobile saunas, cold plunge, and Nordic food.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Passes are available for 3-hour blocks all weekend starting at $85 a person. Seems like a cute thing to do with your friends if you're trying not to imagine that it's Valentine's Day, or to do with your person, And it includes access to all the sauna, cold plunges. It has on-site changing rooms and restrooms.
Nice.
Pretty cool, right?
I love it.
Sounds fancy.
What about you, Julia? What's your hack?
Okay, y'all. So I, like everybody right now, cannot stop thinking about what is going on in our country related to immigration enforcement. And I just want to throw out some tips for a few things you could do right now to help people impacted by ICE in Portland. So I'm trying to keep this real simple for y'all. First thing, put the Portland Immigration Rights Coalition hotline number in your phone right now. I'm going to read it out.
Oh, I'm going to do it. Hold on.
You ready? You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
1-888-622-1510. So for folks that are like, what do I use this number for? This is a number you can call with any urgent concerns if you are witnessing ICE presence, suspected or confirmed, if you have witnessed or have information about an ICE detention, or you are looking for a missing loved one. You can also text it with non-urgent issues, questions about accessing resources, photo evidence, or information related to ICE sightings. So this is really an awesome resource. And if you go to their website, pircoregon.org/donate, you can donate whatever you can to these efforts. This money goes to things like rapidly responding to ICE raids, being a physical presence at the site of these issues, and supporting families with resources like food and housing and legal aid. So that's number one. Number two, this one's a little more involved for folks that maybe have more time. You can sign up to be an Interfaith Movement for Immigrant Justice or Emerge volunteer accompanier. So this is where you would join other Portlanders who are immigrants as they attend ICE check-ins, immigration court hearings, and other mandatory dates during their immigration process. So again, just being a presence and supporting folks as they go through it. I recently went through this process of obtaining U.S. citizenship a few years ago. It's extremely complicated and very exploitative. So I actually signed up for this, but the only thing is that I only speak English. So I know there are tons of folks, lots of listeners that are maybe bilingual that might be a better fit for this. If that's you, please sign up. Go to www.imirj.org/accompaniment and just fill out their teeny tiny little Google form and they'll get connected with you. Okay, number three, this is the last one. Just start carrying a whistle with you everywhere you go. I was given a bright pink one at the last Snow Kings protest. I've put it on my keys as a keychain. And to be honest with you, when I was given it, I was a little confused. It was before this started to enter just like the popular information sphere. And basically the purpose is for communication with your neighbors, not confrontation with ICE. And there's a code system to it. So basically, if you spot ICE in your neighborhood, you'd want to do 3 short whistles in a row over and over again to let folks know. And if you're actually seeing someone being actively detained by ICE, it's 1 long continuous whistle. And what the point is to get people out of their homes, to document, to be a presence, to let other folks know that maybe need to get to safety. Just let them know what's happening. So you can go to migrawhistlepdx.org for more information if you want to print out their zines and get like a whistle packet group going to hand them out in your community. There's a ton of resources there. It's a local org. But again, something really simple you can do right now just to feel like you maybe have a better handle on things, that you can be a more helpful neighbor and feel a little bit more plugged in.
Nice. I'm so glad you put that together. My hack this month, well, you know the old adage, there are plenty of fish in the sea? Well, I counter that by inviting everyone to literally just go fishing on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Yeah. AKA President's Day weekend. Because on Saturday and Sunday, February 14th and the 15th, the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife is making it free to fish, crab, or clam anywhere in Oregon. No license needed. That's right. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars on a romantic dinner. You can go get your own. So bag limits and John just shook his head. He's like, I am not doing that. Bag limits and all other regulations still apply. Please go check the OFD website for all the details. But this is something that they do a few times a year. And I say we take advantage. It's the perfect time to try fishing out. If you've been meaning to give it a whirl, you know, a lot of people are just like, oh, I want to try. I want to go clamming or whatever. Do it in February. Do it for free.
Claudia, I could see people ending their relationship over this activity.
Just in a cold moat in the bay.
Well, what I want to know, okay, anywhere in Oregon, that sounds like the Willamette River is included. So you could get a hot tub, yacht tub,
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
and go fishing from your little hot tub on the river. I'm just saying.
Where are you gonna put the fish in the hot tub?
Yeah, keep them,
No.
I just gonna let them swim around.
John, that's a terrible idea. I goaded you into this terrible idea, John, just so I could be like, that's a terrible idea, John.
That's crazy. I love this idea, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a fishing license. I like trout.
Maybe it's a great place to meet people, too, like apply that metaphor literally of so many fish in the sea, to show up and
Yeah, break up with whoever you're at
start chatting
while you're fishing with them because it's really stressful for some reason, according
What
to
a
Julia.
meet cute. I met at Free Fishing Day on Valentine's Day 2026.
That is adorable, okay?
Come on. All right. Well, we've come to that part of the show where we decide what we're going to do. I wouldn't say it's the best pick, but I would say it's the one that we all think we could all do together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Julia, you've really got me going on Portland Mardi Gras Parade. And that is also in my neighborhood. It was funny. Last year when they did it, I had just moved into this neighborhood. So I was aware of it, but I was, like neck deep in unpacking boxes. So I didn't get to go. So I think it might be the year. I think it might be Portland Mardi Gras Parade. For me.
I hope so. It would be so fun to have all three of us there.
You guys couldn't think of a reason to go to St. John's, is what I'm hearing.
That's what I was going to say. I am still so tempted by Le Bistro because
$2 oysters.
those prices are crazy. And it's like, I think it's like the best time of oyster season right now. I think
Exactly.
February is like, oof, they're tasty.
I'm just saying, it's all in North Portland.
That's true. We
You
could
know?
caravan.
Maybe start with the Mardi
I
Gras.
mean, I'll come and eat a sandwich with you, Claudia. We can do both.
St. John's, it's not as far as you think it is. I think that's our tagline. All right, that was it. That's what we're doing. Mardi Gras and Le Bistro.
That's it. That's got to be.
Okay,
Sounds
great.
good.
Cool. That was easy. Usually it takes a little bit more back and forth, but I guess we're ready to go. That's what we're doing.
We're in.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening. I hope that you discovered something new to do on February, and also check out our daily newsletter. We have daily events of things to do. Thank you so much again, John and Julia, for hanging out with me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful February.
Wow.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Claudia.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.